Hi there, it's Sandra, and you are listening to the podcast A Duchess Like Us. Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of A Duchess Like Us, a podcast that reports positively and fairly on Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. So, oh my God, it's been so long since we've been podcasting, but it's so good to be back. So today I'm joined by my co-host for this episode of the podcast. So, would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Nelly, your foul-mouthed sister from over Hadrian's Wall. You can find me at Harkleston. And still here for the Duchess of Sussex.
So hi, I'm Gayle at Breakthrough Diva on Twitter, and even after the Duchess and the Duke and Duchess have left our shores, I'm still here supporting and cheering them on.
Excellent, thank you, ladies. So, well, it looks like this is it. Meghan and Harry have completed their final engagements as senior royals in the British royal family. Yes!
Fantastic. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Good.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Oh, do you know what? I must say, I'm glad that they've gone. I'm sad that I'm not going to see them on such a regular basis, but, you know, I'm excited for what they're going to do in the future. And I almost feel a little bit sad, we're not going to see them in the papers every day. But then I didn't want to see them in the papers every day anyway, because they were writing absolute crap about them. Yeah. So I would rather them go and be happy and live their lives. And, you know, we get fed information about what they're doing to, you know, for the greater good. Great. And, you know, periodic pictures of little Archie. And on the subject of Archie, and I know we're going to cover this in Misconceptions, but we have seen a lot of Archie, considering he's not yet a year old. We've seen a lot of Archie, a hell of a lot, much more than any other royal baby, I think.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think that I truly believe that they are going to continue to, you know, to be public, but still retain their privacy, which is what they've always wanted.
I think they're going to be like Princess Madeleine of Sweden, and she has a really good Instagram and Facebook account where she just drops pictures of her and her children. I think they live in Florida.
And, they live in the States,
and she just drops every so often. She'll drop pictures of her and her kids and what they're doing, and I think she is an example of how to be a royal, but have a private life as well. So her kids can grow up, you know, almost normal, because they are royal, but they have privacy, but they also have, you know, they are in the public eye because they are part of the Swedish royal family. And I think that Meghan and Harry and Archie will go down a similar route. That's my personal opinion. And I think it's a good one. I'm not too fast at all. So I'm pleased that they are now starting the new chapter of their life, and I think they deserve to have that. You know, I don't know why the press are still whining. They're just pathetic. But anyway, let me carry on with this anyway. Yeah. So Meghan and Harry started their final round of royal engagements. They started with the Endeavour Fund Awards and carried out a series of events and engagements over the weekend, and ended their royal jobs, in air quotes, by joining the rest of the British royal family at the Commonwealth service on Monday, the 9th of March 2020. So in this episode of the podcast, we're going to cover the following topics. First of all, we're going to address some misconceptions that have been put out in the press. Number 2, we're going to talk about Meghan's visit to the school in Dagenham, East London. I love that. I love that visit. Thank you.
Yeah, Robert Clack.
The third topic we're going to talk about is their visit to the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, which was dropped on Instagram today, which is Wednesday, the 11th of March. And then finally, we'll have a bit of a talk about her fashion wardrobe and other things.
AKA her fuck you wardrobe.
Absolutely. Yes. Her Simia, that wardrobe.
She just looked fantastic.
Diana had the revenge dress.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Meghan has the fuck you wardrobe.
Without a doubt,
that's all I'm calling it.
Yeah,
that's what she just let them know.
Yeah,
she let them know who the superstar in that family was.
Let them know. And that's why they all look so hard and stony, because they know they ain't got a chance with their old shrivel up raisin face. They got no chance.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yes, exactly. So let's start with the first topic, which we're going to address some of the misconceptions that have been put out in press over the last few weeks, I would say.
Yeah.
In the desperation to get some news and stuff on the Meghan and Harry, so they've been putting out crap basically.
Oh gosh, absolutely. I mean,
so Gayle, do you want to start with
because it really, when I say it frustrates me, number one, what we must never forget and always hold on to is that Meghan is suing the Daily Mail in particular, right? Excuse me. Right, Meghan is suing the Daily Mail. There is no way in Meghan's circle anyone is going to be speaking to that damn paper. No one. So all this stuff that they've been putting out recently about, Meghan's told her inner circle this, and Meghan's friend says that, it's a load of rubbish. Up to today, I read one saying that she's told her friends that the royal family are cold. Well, she don't have to tell her friends anything. We can all see that they're cold.
We can see that.
Exactly.
That's hardly news.
It was on display yesterday.
Yeah, and they've got it as an exclusive. That's not exclusive, love. Anyone that saw those pictures from that saw those pictures from Monday or watched it on TV knows. If you didn't know before, you certainly had it confirmed. Those of us of a certain age knew, because we remember how they acted when Diana died. Remember, this is the family that thought it was okay for a 12-year-old boy to walk behind his mother's coffin in front of billions on TV. So colds, that's not news. But the other misconception, of course, was so Meghan was seen in public for the first time since January last week, coming out of the Goring Hotel. And of course, our beloved press had it that they were staying there, they're wasting taxpayers' money. Why are they wasting all this money when they'd already wasted money on Frogmore? Shouldn't they be there? Surely Harry should have her chained to the kitchen sink at Frogmore. What's she doing parading in Goring, and how dare she look so good in the process? Well, that's that. And of course, the whole of the Daily Mail readership jumped on that. And now it's
wasn't there like 23,000 comments?
23,000 comments were actually on the morning after the Endeavour Award, when she wore the blue dress with the iconic photo, which we're going to come on to later. But but the thing is, they were at the Goring because they were hosting a lunch for their staff.
The staff that
don't like them, that were blindsided, that didn't know
that they were getting the sack.
And the one thing I would say, and I'm going to appeal directly to our listeners on this: if you are not a regular listener of Duchess Us podcast, or you're not familiar with the Sussex Squad, but you're just curious because you've recently clocked on that something's been going on with this woman called Meghan, can I just ask that you exercise some common sense? Nothing more. Just a bit of logic and common sense. Because if you read the papers will have us believe that this woman is a narcissist, that she only thinks about herself. She's changed Harry beyond recognition. But there is proof from 2002, much less 2016 when they started, that Harry wanted to leave the royal family. Meghan has proven, everyone that has known her prior to her being with Prince Harry has had nothing but lovely things to say about her. I used to follow her on the TIG, and I've never heard anyone say a negative thing about this woman until she started dating Harry. And so this woman who has got a heart for service and a genuine love for people, of course she's going to tell her staff, and him too, because they share values. Of course they're going to tell their staff as soon as they realise that, look, we're making plans to move abroad. Their staff are going to be one of the first to know. They've probably helped them to resettle. And now we found out that they hosted a lunch. That's the quality, that's the nature of the people we're dealing with here, not this press-driven narrative. So I would just say, please don't get into arguments with everyone. Just look at the hearts of the people concerned, because that's what's really getting a lot of the squad members like us really frustrated and annoyed now, because it's like, well, they've gone. We know they're great. Just leave them alone now to live their lives.
But unfortunately, they won't leave them alone. This is the problem. They are the golden goose. The press have continuously made money off Meghan, Harry, and now Archie. They've now realised that they have well and truly shot themselves in the foot, because they're going and they're going to have their own life. And I think, and I've said this before, they're panicking. Because look at what they've got left. It's not very appetizing.
It's not appetizing. You know, it's like having dry, crusty bread. But the thing is, like, that's the press here. Remember, the UK is tiny in comparison to the rest of the world.
And they're going to learn that now with Brexit as well.
Right. Meghan and Harry are global superstars. America is, 10 times the size of the UK. So that narrative that they could get away with here, they're not going to get away with there. And not only that, it's not going to have as much impact in the rest of the world as it's had here. So yeah, you can create a narrative that produces 20,000 plus comments about them here. You can't do that in the US, right?
Yeah.
Because the market for it isn't there. The US, the way they view tabloids is very different to how they view them here. And if you notice over the past few weeks, whilst we're talking about misconceptions, there's almost been like the hate tour, I've called it. So you've had people like Pisshead going over there, right, to talk on national news. You've had this woman over the weekend, Victoria Mather, who claimed she was Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair soon ghosted her.
Yeah, they were like, I don't know her. They literally hit him with the, I don't know her.
I don't know her. Sorry, who? What? No, I don't know her. Right. Victoria, these people, because they're trying to mobilise and push that narrative over in the US, but they're not having it. They're just not having it. That I was so proud. I mean, she didn't, put it this way, she did more than any presenter has done here. But that presenter, when that Victoria Mather said what she said, I'm not going to repeat it, but when she said what she said, straight away, shut it down. Okay, right, we have no proof of that, so and she just shut it down. Can you imagine Chris Ship or any one of them doing that here? No. They would perpetuate it.
Yeah, they would perpetuate it. And the other thing is The View, that show with Whoopi Goldberg and Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, and John McCain's daughter. You know that one.
I can't bear it.
Yeah, when Meghan McCain has to say that the treatment is inhumane, of it's bad because so yeah, I mean they covered it, and they said it's racist as hell, and Sunny said that right there is why they're leaving. So Americans, I mean, it was on MSNBC. I doubt it would have, if it was on in the UK, that would not have been picked up in the US, I don't think. but because, you know, I mean, people are given free rein to say the most awful, vile shit about her. I mean, I sent you that a clip of an article.
That was disgusting.
By Angela Levin. That woman, I swear to God, I think she's not well in the head. You know, she's obsessed.
Her and Arthur Edwards, the two of them together. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Something's gone on. Something has gone on. Why those two feel so empowered and entitled to be so nasty about Harry. And the thing is, it's like Harry was theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it exactly.
Like Angela Levin feels like she's his mother. She feels like she's his mother, his grandmother, his sister, his wife, his lover. She feels like she's all these things because the way how she talks about Meghan is personal.
It's nasty.
It's personal, and it's outright disgusting and vile. And this bitch has been on. She's been everywhere. She's been on all the TV shows.
She has,
you know? And no one reins her in. That's the thing. She's allowed to make these very biased opinions based on her very sick notion of ownership of Harry.
But the thing is, don't you think that it's a really short-sighted, short-term strategy? So look at who we're talking about. We're talking about Angela Levin, who's a woman who must be in her 60s. Arthur Edwards must be pushing hard on 80 at least by now. He was a big man.
Yeah.
He was a big man to me when I was growing up, much less. I remember being part of the press pack, you know, when I was in my 20s, and I'm in my 50s now. So he must be pushing hard on 80, right? And this generation that is so keen to malign them, they're dying.
Hurry up and die. No, I know that sounds
dying.
horrible.
No, but the thing is, we are. It's the young ones, and that's why I'm glad we're going to be talking about the school, because they're the ones. And let me tell you, William will not, cannot. So, you know, Sophie, who is being groomed, Sophie's a damage, isn't she? Bless her. She really thinks she's about to go in spotlight. Sophie needs to remember she's got skeletons in her cupboard. She needs to hide.
They drag out every so often just to remind her, put her back in her place. Yes.
Put it this way: that's not even the biggest skeleton in her cupboard. If I was Sophie, I'd be hiding in the background and saying, "Not me, don't pick me, please." So that's not even the biggest one.
I know.
So she needs to keep herself quiet.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think with that, maybe we should move on to the next topic. All right. So anyway, Meghan did a solo engagement, and she went to. This is on the Friday, the 6th of March, and she went to a school called Robert Clack School in Dagenham, East London, and I loved that visit, and I loved it because it had all those young people there, and they actually showed that not everybody hates her. If you get out of the sordid bubble of the Daily Mail and all those right-wing newspapers and the comment sections there, that the young people actually adore her, and it was lovely to see. And what I thought was the best bit about it was there was a young man who came up to speak, and he basically came up, shook her hand, got a sneaky kiss. And
he didn't. No, let's redress that straight away. He nearly got a sneaky kiss.
I know, but he tried. He tried. Yeah. And he came up to the mic and he said, "Yeah, she's beautiful, isn't it?" And it was he was such a cheeky chappy. He represents the youth of London. Yeah, he is the head boy of that school. He is articulate. He was well dressed. He was confident in front of the mic. He said his piece. And he represented that school fantastically well. He was in complete contrast to the narrative that has been put out by papers like the Daily Mail, the Times, the Express, or the Sunday Mail, that all black boys in London are knife-wielding, drug-dealing, gangster type people.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that this young man, I'm not going to call him a boy, this young man, to me, represented London youth, black and white, but he was a good representation of what young black men in London are like. And I love the fact that also the kids in that school were so enthusiastic, were so happy to see her. And then at the end of it, the girls in that school said that Meghan inspired them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, that summed up the weekend. She inspires the youth. And I was really happy to see that. Ladies, what do you think?
Well, I agree with everything you said, to be fair. But that's not unusual. That's not that despite what the press says, that is not an isolated incident.
Yeah.
You know, Meghan inspires many people wherever she goes, and the youth. I mean, she's very well known for connecting with young people. And I was really inspired by that visit, which is really bizarre, because that same night, Thursday night, when they were at Endeavour Awards, I was feeling a bit restless. So I just looking for something to watch on TV. And so I often watch things more than once. I'm just like that. I can watch something several times. And I came across on Netflix that a film that I've seen many times before, Made in Dagenham. And I thought, oh, I'll watch that again. That's nice and light-hearted. So then when it then was revealed the next day that she was actually at this school, and the reason why she went to that school was because of that whole Dagenham event that had happened in the 60s, which was all about women's fight for equality and equal pay, which then inspired the Equal Pay Act in the UK in 1970, but then inspired equal pay for women around the world. And I thought, wow, that is Meghan, you know, that she would have done her research. She would have known that. She would have gone to that area. She had some of those same women at that visit with her. So, and that's what I love about her when it comes to young people. It's never just about the young. She really does show how the gap can be bridged between the generations, and she comes with her solutions. She comes with her impact. You know, she creates impact and she inspires. So all in all, fantastic visit for International Women's Day. Beautiful to hear that young man I was so annoyed when I saw the press trying to twist it into something awful. And I thought, how dare you try and accuse this woman of something inappropriate when you got pedo Prince allegedly sitting in the palace with his foot cock up, right, taking taxpayers' money, right, doing what the hell he likes. And now how many thousands of you on the Daily Mail want to talk about inappropriate, but yet still you can barely scrape 200 comments for somebody who hasn't just got one convicted sex offender friend, but two that we know of. Two. Peter Nygaard is the other one, and that's just the ones we know of. Right, got his face running around the whole of blinking city of London and Westminster on a flipping yellow bus, and you want to talk about Meghan being inappropriate?
Meghan wasn't inappropriate, was she?
But she wasn't, not at all. And that's why when you said, oh, he went in for a kiss, sneaky kiss.
No, I said he went in for a sneaky kiss.
Yeah,
no,
I was
it wasn't,
because
because
they were trying to push that narrative.
But it wasn't in that way. It was a cheeky like a cheeky thing that a 16-year-old boy would do. He didn't mean it. It was just jokes.
No, but we know that. The press, however, were trying to make it into something else. But what I thought was really nice, which hasn't been as publicised as his comment about her being beautiful, was that he wrote Harry a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, he wrote Harry a letter afterwards, which I thought was really sweet. And he said, and he actually said, he says, well, I wouldn't want someone coming up to my wife like that. So yeah, I wrote him a letter. I thought that's really sweet. That's gentlemanly.
Exactly, and that's my whole point. He is a young gentleman, and he's the complete opposite. That the same newspaper that's trying to say it was inappropriate, what Meghan did was inappropriate. This young man, he's not what they're trying to. He's the complete opposite of what they're trying to portray, and this is why I am so disgusted by the British press, because they have a free reign to portray people as they feel, and they're not independent. They're not neutral. They're just biased, and I'm tired of them. I'm tired of their narrative. I'm tired of the fact that they're always trying to put black people down. It's got to that point now where I'm sick and tired of them, and we need to have an alternative. You know, I'm sorry I'm preaching, but this is how I feel.
No, but
you're
right. You're absolutely right.
You know? So, back to the visit. Good on Meghan for going. Good on her for doing her research. Good on her for picking that school. And I'm pleased that she inspired those young people, you know, to do something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also to the three young ladies who then went on to Victoria Derbish's show and talked about how Meghan has inspired them, and you know they don't care that, and you know they essentially said they don't care that she's no longer royal. They find her to be such an inspiring woman, and were also inspired by the fact that she walked away from that life, and they found that so empowering.
But can I go back on that point where they're saying that she is no longer a royal? Meghan and Harry are still royal.
They are still
just
royal.
choosing. They are just choosing.
No,
not technically at all.
Royal.
They're royal. They are royal. Yeah. They're choosing not to use a royal title.
Yeah,
they're choosing to be independent.
Exactly. That's what I mean in terms of technically. Of course, they're still royal.
But they're still royal. There won't be working royals in the
exactly.
But not only that. But what it shows, and as these young women and everybody, and we all knew this. Those of us who know them, and when I say know them, we know the heart of them. You know, we've followed them for many years, whether it been since they've been married or separately before, whatever. Those of us that know them, we knew straight away that it doesn't matter. It didn't matter whether they were HRH, Duke, Duchess. It doesn't matter, because that's not who they are. Who they are is Harry. And for those of you that have read my article, I wrote an article called Just Call Me Harry. Right? The most important thing about their brand, the one characteristic of their brand that transcends all others, it's the thing that has the most power, that makes the rest of them fearful of Harry and Meghan, is actually their love and connection with each other. Because that is the power that drives everything. That's what makes them invincible. And that's what our young people and those of us with common sense are seeing.
To that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're seeing, and that's what we're responding to.
So
they don't need title.
No, they don't. But I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, they're no longer royal." They'll always be royal.
Yeah,
it's
especially Harry. He's Harry. He's fucking. You know, he's a blood prince.
Exactly.
You know,
so it just annoys. It's a way of trying to put them down, which I think they don't care. They know they're royal.
And that's the thing. They
know what they're doing.
Don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. And the thing is, neither do we.
Yeah.
We don't care, because it's funny, because somebody said today, bless them, in their attempt to defend Kate, someone on Twitter actually wrote,
oh, I think I saw that one.
You saw it, didn't you? The one where she said that Kate's going to be queen, but at the end of the day, she doesn't have any voice. She doesn't speak fluently like Meghan. She's just there to back up her husband. So people who are saying that Kate's involved, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it was along these lines. They were saying, you know, people who are saying that Kate's involved, it's not Kate, it's William, because she's just there to back up William. And I thought, have you any idea how stupid that sounds?
Exactly.
The woman is basically a Stepford wife.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. You're supposed to be a supporter of her. We are in 2020. I have a teenage daughter. If my teenage daughter came home and said to me, Mum, I want to be a Stepford wife, or I want to be in a relationship where my husband makes all of the decisions, and I just go, I'd tell her, in fact, I'd slap her around her head and say, time to wake up with another coffee, sweetheart. Come on. You
need to get deprogrammed. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I'd be like, where did you learn that crap? Because you certainly haven't seen it in this house.
It wouldn't happen though, would it?
It wouldn't happen. No, look, we all want our children to be better even than we are.
Of course.
To have the opportunities that we don't have.
Exactly.
We all want that. I don't want my daughter growing up. I just don't want her aspiring to be like Kate in any shape or form. And just so that we're clear, it's not Kate per se. She just happens to be the person. I don't want her to be a woman who chases a man, waits on a man, and has no voice and no presence. It couldn't happen in my house. The very fact of the work that I do, it couldn't happen in my house. But in some people's houses, that's what they're aspiring for their daughters. That's what they want their daughters to aspire to. Hell no. Why?
Yeah. Well, it's also a regression, this regressive trend of trad wives.
That's right, trad wives. That's right. That's the term. Trad wives. Yeah, back to the 50s.
Yeah,
barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen. That's where they're heading.
That's what they wanted Meghan to be, but Meghan was never about that life.
Never.
She was not built for that. She was built for better things.
Yeah, that wasn't her life.
Yeah. And good for her.
Exactly. And this is the thing. And I feel, and I'm sure we're going to touch on this in our next subject, but I just feel that as British now, as a Briton, we are regressing, as we've already said, but also we have this separatism thing that's come in, whereby we're feeling, the fact that someone can actually look at a woman who is intelligent, who's beautiful, if you want to go for the shallow comparison, but is also has a real presence about her, that we can denigrate her and marginalize her to nothing and try and reduce her to just being this mannequin. That's what this tweet was saying as well, that it's about the only way they can realistically compare her to Kate is if they just do it on her clothes, because they know that if they try to compare them on achievements, then there is no comparison.
Yeah,
but they can't even compare. They can't even compare them on clothes, because all the Lanebridge does is she wears a coat dress. That's all she wears.
God. That's all
coat dresses.
So coat dress in many different colours with a funny hat. Whereas where Meghan actually has a range of clothes. Yeah, do you get me?
Meghan has a style. Unable doesn't have any style. Bless her.
Her stylist fucking hates her. Her stylist hates her.
So, and who is her stylist? I'm sorry, I'm not dragging nobody, and I'm not even going to mention his name because I just think it would be unfair. But one of the photographers that takes the best pictures of Meghan, right? Think Remembrance Day, right? His wife is Kate. How is that?
Is she? Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His wife is her stylist. Seriously.
Yeah.
How
Oh
is
my
that?
Oh,
God.
you didn't know that? Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't realise. I didn't put two and two together. Oh, shame.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
dear.
coming back to what you were saying about how I'm coming back to how everything is the comparison between Kate and Meghan. I can't help but think about that article or it was an opinion piece by Ciara Phelan for the Irish Mirror, in which
at the end of the tour last week.
Yes, in which she basically when she said that it hit me when she said that how the men in the royal press pack described Kate as being beautiful and sweet, but Meghan is sexy. That made me retch, because by saying Meghan is sexy, it basically means that, oh, you can fuck her but don't marry her.
Exactly, which wasn't that what Prince Philip was alleged to have said to Harry when he first told them about Meghan?
Well, I think that was well, she's an actress, you don't have actresses as your wife, that sort of thing.
Forgetting about the fact that they already had Autumn Phillips.
Yeah.
Well, less said about that, the better. But yeah, I mean, I heard that, and and it's not, but yeah, it's just this whole notion that Meghan is, a Jezebel, and obviously they, because these people do not have the reach, this is their roundabout way of saying that she is a, this sexy mulatto harlot who spirited away their prince, and it hurts them. They're pissed off about it, and
they can be as pissed off as they like, right? Because the more you think about it, the more stupid and illogical they are looking around the world. I'm so glad that lady wrote that piece, actually, because it really did expose them for who they are.
Yeah.
But it just, and this is why. I mean, I hear that what's the name? Lima Lee? Is that what they call her?
Yeah.
Lima Lee or Lima
Lee. I prefer Emu the Seer.
Emu the Seer is my favourite as well. I love it. So Emu the Seer is no longer at the bun, as I call it. Let's put the bun down. Right,
I prefer the scum, but yeah.
yeah, right. And and she's touting her wares around. Okay, but yeah, she's just touting her wares around for alternatives. But when you've got stuff like that as part of your portfolio, you're not going anywhere. Right? You're not going anywhere when you know that you have been part of that press corps that have undermined this woman and have called her all kinds of names. For what reason, we don't know. Because even if you don't like it, I always say, people think that I'm this mad fanatical Meghan stan. I wouldn't even say that. I respect her hustle. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, both inside and out. I still wouldn't call myself, as supportive as I am, I wouldn't call myself a rabid stan. But what I am is someone who really despises injustice.
Yeah.
I can't bear it.
I agree with that.
And I absolutely abhor. I can't bear racism, xenophobia, misogyny, none of that stuff. So because of that, Meghan is always going to have my support because she's been subjected to it. So I get when people say, I just don't like her. Fine, because sometimes we have that, don't we? Especially in our community, the black community, we say, no, it's not the spirit.
The spirit not take her.
The spirit not take her, I can't take her. And you've got no reason, right? But that's how I feel about Kim Kardashian. But I'm never going to undermine her hustle. I'm never, ever going to, abuse her or bully her and write really nasty things about her and her weird husband, because it's none of my business at the end of the day.
Yeah, that, and also you've got a life, Gayle.
Right, and I've got a life. But these people dedicate their lives to really just maligning this woman and Harry for the fact that he loves her. And so what? He loves her. Let's just keep it as simple as that. Harry has chosen her. She has chosen him. They love each other. They're raising a family. Whether Archie ends up being their only child or they have more, who cares? It's their choice. It's their stuff they're doing together. You know, they both realise how privileged and fortunate they are, that they want to be able to help other people as well. What exactly is the problem? I'm lost. I don't get it.
Jealousy.
I don't. Yeah,
jealousy. It's as simple as that. They basically, as you said, they can't go over the fact that he married her. They thought that they could split them up. Basically, they put enough pressure on that relationship. She would leave. He would keep. I was say the kid. He would keep Archie, and she would go back to America, humiliated with her tail between her legs. What has shocked them to the core is he went, no, she's my wife. I'm going to stay with her, and we're leaving together. We're going.
Yeah.
And they can't. They can't get over the fact that he chose his wife over his family.
Yeah,
and she's his wife. Right, what did you expect?
This is the other thing. This is the other chat. I will challenge anybody. People keep going on about, oh, but this is his family. How dare she take him away from his family? This is the only people he's ever known. Anyone that's in a marriage or a long-term committed relationship, you go and tell your spouse and partner that I'm going to put my blood relative above you.
See what happens.
See what reaction you get. Yeah, exactly.
See what happens.
You see what happens. So I've got this man who has committed the last 10 years or more of his life to me. Me and him have built this wonderful life together. And I'm going to go and look at him now and say to him, you know what, my cousin comes before you, my cousin twice removed on my
grandmother, my great-grandma.
Yeah, my grandmother, my great-grandma, my great-uncle.
My pedo uncle.
Yeah, my pedo
allegedly.
Uncle. Yeah, my alleged pedo uncle and his friends, right? And also my sister-in-law, who looks like the milk's curdled in her mouth.
No,
it's just that's my thing. I just think that they honestly cannot believe that they're going, and it's like
they've gone. Meghan woke up in Canada yesterday morning.
Exactly. It's done
with her son.
Exactly. Woke up. Another misconception. Archie, this whole thing about, oh, they're not bringing Archie. They're working. When was the last time you took your child to work? You don't, unless it's take your child to work day, you don't. Plus we've got a major pandemic, like global pandemic.
Yeah, officially.
You wanted to put, want to put him on a plane. The boy is what? The baby is 9 months old, 10 months old.
10 months.
10 months old. We have seen Archie more. I don't even remember what Louis looks like. They could wheel out anybody right now and tell me it's Louis, and I'd have to believe them. The only way I would question it is if they wheel out a black baby and say it's Louis. Because I've not seen that baby since I don't know when, so I couldn't tell you what he looks like.
Yeah.
But we've seen more of Archie in this 10 months than any other royal baby.
Can't deny that. It's true.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. So, another misconception.
Definitely.
Oh, she's keeping her baby quiet. There's something wrong with him. People are saying it's a doll.
It's a doll. It's a doll.
Yeah.
People are stupid.
That's quite common. That's quite a common one, isn't it, Nelly? They say it's a doll.
Yeah, they say Archie's a doll. I'm like, yeah, because dolls, are posed up with. Just remember that lovely photo of him and
that New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That New Year's Eve photo. I'll tell you, I say I'm not a crazed fan, but I'll tell you, if anyone comes in my house, they'll be like, okay, because I've got these little pictures, and they're just so cute of them.
Okay, so shall we move on to topic number 3? Because we've got 15 minutes left. The Queen's Commonwealth Trust visit, which was dropped on Instagram today. Because we don't know when the visit took place, but yeah,
and I'm glad we don't.
Yes, that's true.
Glad we don't. Yeah.
So I'm about to have a coughing fit. So would one of you guys like to take over for a second while I just get some water?
Okay. So so the Queen's Commonwealth Trust that was dropped on Instagram today, which highlighted some of the youth within the Commonwealth that have started businesses and
initiatives.
Yeah, exactly. Charity ventures and initiatives. And what was so heartwarming, there were so many things on so many levels about that visit that was so heartwarming. Number one, it was lovely to hear from the different young people around the Commonwealth and what they've started, and to see, I started following them because I'm genuinely interested in what they're doing. And there was one Girl Dreamer, which was one of them that's actually based here in the UK in Birmingham. I had no idea. So I love what they're doing in terms of highlighting these different initiatives. And it was lovely to see Harry so relaxed amongst them. That beautiful shot that they released with Harry literally laughing.
Yes, I love that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And it just shows the humanity and the realness of these two, I think.
Yeah, and again, just how much they are, they connect with the young people, which is something, it's not just how well they connect with young people, but not just young people, how well they connect with, Black and Asian minority ethnic people, because that's something no other person in the Commonwealth, no other person in the royal family has that power apart from those two. Yeah.
And that's really important. When you're from an ethnic minority and people are taking an interest in you and they want to provide you with the support and the resources to help you get ahead, we know when they're paying us lip service. We know, we feel it, we see it. And we also know when they're genuine grassroots, they're supporting. And Harry and Meghan are genuine grassroots, they're supporting, So of course, it's not that other members of the royal family don't attend these initiatives or don't get involved, but they're there for lip service. We see it, we feel it, and that's why you have some of their patronages, which are supposed to be for the marginalised, closing down because they're not supported enough. But when you see, But when you see these guys, they're in there. They're not. It's not a photo opportunity. The camera is there as a bonus. It's there to capture the images that can be used, whether it be for their marketing campaigns, promotion. That's what the camera is there for. It's not there to highlight them. It's there to highlight the project. And you really feel that. So when people keep saying, oh, so why are the cameras following them then? Because the cameras are following them. Cameras are there to highlight and promote and use in social media campaigns. I mean, crumbs, it's 2020. It's not, 1950. We've moved on. But you can see that Harry and Meghan are there to generally say, right, how are we going to do this together? What do you need from us, guys? You can almost hear them. What do you need from us, guys? Love what you're doing. Can I help you with this? Or can I suggest? Or I know who we can put you in touch with. That's
exactly
real grassroots.
That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to provide their contacts in the in the industry that the people need it, and that's what a real patron does.
That's what
unfortunately
does. That's what a mentor does. That's what a leader does. That's what a coach does. And they're the roles that Harry and Meghan are bringing to every single one of their patronages. You know, we saw it with Smartworks. We've seen it with Luminary, even though she's not an official patron of Luminary. It's one of her
but Smartworks and Luminary have got into partnership, haven't they?
They've now gone into partnership, you know, and how beautiful is that? You've got the Mayhew, and I'm excited to see what's going to come out with the Mayhew and the National Theatre, because I know it's going to be something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it was really good to know that they're still in contact with the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, even though they will be officially leaving their royal duties on the 31st of March, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, but they're retaining their presidency.
That's
so
right.
Yeah. President and vice president.
So it's really good. It was really good to see. So that was nice. So the final topic. We're just gonna have a quick talk about the fashion wardrobe. I'm being very polite. The fashion wardrobe.
Nelly, can you please introduce the wardrobe? Give it its proper title.
So this segment is called Meghan's Fuck You Wardrobe, and no, listen, this is Meghan. This woman, okay, she was holding back for these dry-faced assholes.
Oh, obviously she was holding back. You can see now she was really holding it back. She was practically in her house coat and slippers for the past 3
years. She was wearing muted colors. She was, she wore. I mean, she was wearing muted colors. She was wearing black. She was wearing navy. She was wearing blush, and still, people were complaining about her, like, oh, where's the color? But if she wears color, she shouldn't be wearing such a bright color. Listen, shut up. Anyways, so homegirl comes back and slays. She slays, and it started out at the Endeavour Fund Awards, where she showed up with her husband and she gave a speech and an award, and it was a Victoria Beckham, that turquoise number. In which she looked absolutely stunning, and of course there is that absolutely iconic picture by one Samir Hussein, and absolutely, stunning photo, and because that photo just tells you everything about that couple. It's the reason why it went viral, and I'm sure we're going to get many more viral photos by those two, y'all gonna stay pressed, camel toe.
Did you hear what Camel Toe said? So
I heard what she
claimed. So did you hear this, Sandra?
No, go on, tell me.
So Camel Toe claims that it's so funny. She claims that how that photo, the iconic photo, was staged, and basically Meghan and Harry imported the rain. Right, that's as good as what she has said. Right,
yeah. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah,
that woman needs to just take a seat.
She needs to take a seat, and she needs to. Oh dear, come on, Gayle, you can't say that.
Yeah, I know where you're going, Gayle.
I know where you're going. For you.
Yeah,
but but no, that was. I mean, she looked absolutely stunning. So that was outfit number one.
Stunning. Beyond.
No. I mean, she looked stunning there. And then outfit number two.
Oh, can we just pay homage to her, however, to Archie, right? Because Archie has given my girl a booty that's just like, what? So thank you, Archie. King Archie, all hail King Archie.
Yeah, who'd have thunk that she had that going on? But hey ho, pregnancy does her well. But but yes. So outfit number two, that red came out in that red sapphire. Is it sapphire or sapphire? Sapphire dress. The red cape. That and that lip, the hair was laid,
the earrings,
everything.
The earrings that they forgot to put back in when they photoshopped that photo of her and Harry in the car. Yeah, the earrings.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. And I mean, they look stunning together. He looked fetching in his regimentals and everything. Well, he always looks good in his uniform, any uniform. So can you tell I have a thing for men in uniform?
Gosh, yes.
But no, they looked absolutely stunning together, and that was a wonderful occasion for them. I obviously didn't watch it, but I saw the standing ovation that Harry received, and rightly so. I mean, this is a man who has who is the military. It is his life, and he's not going anywhere. Contrary to what the arseholes in the right wing press would say, he's not going anywhere. He'll still be there.
He'll still be there, and the military, I reckon, will campaign for him to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And then finally, Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey.
That
dress, that was my favourite. I think that
dress was amazing.
That was.
I liked all of them, but I think that one was my favourite.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my favourite. That green was
green, man.
I mean, that's probably the only outfit I like from Amelia Wickstead, who's on my shit, who will forever be on my shit list. Fuck that woman. Meghan's too nice, yo. But anyways, that's neither here or there. But yeah, sis came to slay, and
she came to slay.
Yeah,
let me tell you, what again? Sophie, right? Sophie and Sourface. They could. How could they speak to her and say what?
They could, well, this is the thing.
She said hello to them, but they couldn't speak to her. Well, they were so dazzled when they looked around and looked at. What can they possibly say?
They could say, "You bitch, what are you wearing?"
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you outshine me?
You knew I was going to wear a coat dress. Why didn't you dress down?
Listen, everybody at their dog would know that bitch was going to wear a coat dress. You know, points to her for it being no, I'm not no longer points to her for a repeat. Whatever. But yeah,
do you know how many of those things she's got in her wardrobe?
Exactly the same.
Listen, I'm a fan of class. I'm a fan. I'm a not me, but there's a way of dressing conservatively and still be fashionable. You know?
Oh, you can't put fashion on in the same sentence.
She doesn't know what fashion is.
Look, anyone that can wear a dress of cabbage and lettuce leaves, right, and think that's
she literally looked like a whole ass salad in Ireland.
She was what you call a mixed salad, right? and thought that she looked good. All that needed was a little dressing. And I'm sure, well, not even William would have eaten at her because anyhow, let's not go there. He's more of a flowers man than a salad.
Roses.
Allegedly.
No, but Meghan looked stunning on her last engagement, and then she took that flight home to be with her darling son. And you know, that is what you call a fuck you wardrobe. It's a fuck you to the British press for being awful to her. It's a fuck you to the royal family for being complicit in the bullying of her by the British press, and also, you know, gaslighting her husband. It's a massive fuck you to, you know, Middle England, as Palmolive said that Harry and Meghan alienated Middle England. So fuck you to them. Fuck Middle England. That's why I say that's why I say, because Middle England is, of course, you know, code for old white middle class to upper class people, and to them I say fuck you too. On behalf of Meghan.
Yeah, I agree with you in that one. Absolutely.
Motherfuckers. Sure. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Absolutely. You're so funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we're good.
I think we covered enough there. But yeah, ladies, that was wonderful. I think we're up to about our hour now, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I just think au revoir. You know, they are gone but not forgotten. I know that there's going to be great things coming from them. I'm really excited. I will continue to support them. I've learned a lot about many different initiatives and charities and foundations in the last, 3 years or so of them being together. And there's a couple I absolutely applaud their work ethic. In fact, I am in awe. They've inspired me to do many different things, many different things, which I know has come as a direct result of just following their examples. So I'm just ashamed. I'm ashamed the way, as a public or as a media, we are coming across to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world thinks that the UK hates her, but it's not. It's the UK press that hates her.
Honest to God, I've never been more ashamed to be British right now. Seriously, I mean, it's so bloody embarrassing. The way how the press have treated her, and but at the end of the day, look, well, they're off in Canada, and Canada is looking at the British royal family and saying, I don't fuck with you, because I saw like a survey saying that it's always been saying that they want out of the Commonwealth, but it really has taken a massive shift since all of this went down. Yeah, I mean,
I personally think we're looking at the beginning of the breakup of the empire. I think the empire.
That's it. Long time. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think got in that, but that's what Middle England think. They still think they have an empire. I think we are going to see
that's what they want.
I think we're going to start to see the breakup of the Commonwealth, because the Commonwealth has now looked at Britain and said, "Oh, so that's how you treat black people? Okay."
Yeah, it was Tom Sykes for the Daily Mail said that they couldn't even hold on to their one non-white member. They only held on to their one non-white member of the royal family for 652 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
When you break it down to days, that's not a lot. Obviously, it doesn't sound a lot. So
I honestly think that in a couple of years they'll be begging them to come back. Even though that's
what that 12-month review isn't for Meghan and Harry. Let's be absolutely clear. Let's not get it twisted. That 12-month review is for them.
Yeah, they're going to be begging them to come back.
They're going to be begging them. They're going to be blackmailing them. Will and Kate, let me tell you, poor Will. I feel a bit sorry for them, actually, because
I don't feel sorry for them.
Walmart and Kmart, and they've got no idea what's coming to them in the form of karma.
Yeah,
no idea.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing in the future. I'm still doing the podcast. I'm still going to be following them and doing the podcast and doing. It's going to change a bit, but I'm still doing it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in North America and what they branch into, and how they're being reported. But I'm still definitely doing the podcast. I'm still doing. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow them, but I'm going to be looking still at what happens in the UK, racism here, how black people are reported on, and things that interest us. But it's going to be different. This podcast is going to be different, but I'm still going to be following what she does in North America, and when she comes back to work with her patronages. So yeah, I'm still going to be doing it. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing. So yeah, so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to my wonderful co-host for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Don't forget to send in questions and or topics that you'd like to have discussed on future episodes. If you'd like to be a guest panelist on the podcast, please reach out to me at hello@aduchesslikeus.com on email, or DM me at DuchessUs on Twitter. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and please share this podcast with anyone else you think would be interested in listening to this. If you have time, I'd be grateful if you could give me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, which was iTunes, as it helps more people to see the podcast. I really hope that you've enjoyed this episode and that you'll come back for more. So I'll see you next time. Bye.